fans, welcome to a major championship edition of Up and Down, where we take a look at what's trending up and what's trending down in the game of golf. Trending up, the return of the Open Championship for the first time in 2 years. The Open was the only major to be canceled altogether in 2020, and plenty has changed since it was last held. For reference, in 2019, Tom Brady was the quarterback of the New England Patriots. The Houston Astros were regarded as the rightful winners of the 2017 World Series. Zion Williamson had not yet played in an NBA game, and Jordan Love was gearing up for his junior season at Utah State. Plenty has changed since then, and we've got storylines galore as the world's best returned to Royal St. George's, where it was Darren Clarke who was victorious 1 decade ago. Jon Rahm will look to make it back-to-back major victories, and after 24 months as the champion golfer of the year, Shane Lowry will defend his Claret jug. So set those alarm clocks bright and early because the action gets underway just before 7 a.m. local time over in the UK. Also trending up, Lee Westwood has a shot at a record this week that he'd rather not break. Jay Haas holds the all-time mark for most major championship starts without a victory at 87. Should Westwood not win the Claret Jug this week at Royal St. George's, he will set the new bar as he'll have made 88 appearances in major championships without a win. He'll get his week started at 10:09 local time on Thursday alongside Stuart Sink and Martin Keimer, a week that he certainly hopes is not history in the making. Trending down, a number of withdrawals from the Open for a variety of reasons, including past champion Zach Johnson, who withdrew after testing positive for COVID-19. Kevin Na opted not to make the trip, citing that the protocols were too strict for his liking, and Bubba Watson was not on the charter flight over to the UK after being deemed a close contact to someone testing positive for the virus. Meanwhile, Sungjae Im and Siwoo Kim opted not to play the event as they prepare for the Tokyo Olympics later this summer, the reason being, should they win a medal at the Games, they would be exempt from their mandatory 2-year military service to their homeland of South Korea. While many of the game's biggest stars will be at Royal St. George's, a notable number will be sitting at home. 17 players, not including past champions, will be sitting the week out as the Open Championship gets underway. We wrap things up with a few thoughts on the Brooks Koepka-Bryson DeChambeau rivalry. Outside of Koepka's epic eye roll caught on camera at Kiowa, there really hasn't been much to advance this feud. Earlier this week in a press conference, Koepka did allude to the fact that DeChambeau, quote, went back on his word as the genesis for this rivalry. As the whole thing becomes a bit more vague and difficult to follow, we can at least say this: it did outlast the Conor McGregor main event over the weekend. That's all for this episode of Up and Down. For wire-to-wire coverage of the Open Championship, you can head over to si.com, and remember, it's not about whether you hit the perfect approach, it's about whether you get up and down from there.